Mom.
And she comes a long way too.
Yeah.
It's a long haul.
I know. I'm over by like Cairn University.
That's not that. I'm real close. Yeah. 5 minutes. 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, I'm jealous of that.
Tops. Yeah.
That's one advantage you want to find.
Yeah, they're
a little closer. But
yeah,
I
right. I know it's just. I don't use the pools and all that anymore. I do my kids.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, my kid was growing up.
Yeah.
He loved the hot tub. He loved the pool.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
It's the only place I know where they go play indoor basketball.
Yeah.
Games, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, basketball. Yeah, tennis. They got pickleball. I love that indoor track coming in. Summer's too hot.
Yeah.
So I tell her too, she has can't work out next week.
I said that, I was like,
Pretty massive
Miss
one.
Kevin, I was like,
Yeah.
this is cool, should we win?
Oh,
I had no idea,
Yeah.
no idea.
So
Where was that
I
at?
shut off my notifications because I don't need distractions, so I don't pay attention
Got
to
shot, 4 killed.
Yeah.
Wow, so that's a massive
So
one.
there could be more children dying too.
What
30
age
shots.
school? What,
I
level
think it was a
of
high school, was it?
Was it a student?
I don't think we know that yet.
so,
It was just this afternoon.
Yeah, like I was just reading about it
I
on
was
the way
just
here,
told.
so.
Yeah. Wow. I was in focus this afternoon, so I don't know. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the sheriff at the DNC?
I did. I had so many people text me that were not even from here. Like my aunt sent me a picture. She was like, "Your sheriff's son."
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He crushed it.
Nice.
There's a lot of prep for that, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, you don't have things to see for imagine.
Yeah.
Well, right.
There's 50 million people watching that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I would say I had like 5 or 6 people that I know from Ohio texting me.
Oh
So
my God.
yeah.
I
Wow.
have a cousin and her wife live in Texas, and
Yeah.
they're like, "You saw your sheriff!"
Yeah. That's funny.
She was like, we feel famous by connection.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, were you watching? I work for the news, of course."
That was a big secret.
Cool.
We kept that a very close secret, man. We were under gag orders, I'm telling you. That was
Really?
crazy.
Wow.
Yes. I don't think these guys knew till,
Yeah.
It's all right before.
Speaking of those people that might.
yeah. Really, we didn't tell him pretty. One guy did. No, it was pretty exciting.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Anybody get to go with, or was it just him? Oh, yeah, nice. You go down there.
I usually stay back, but I thought, I'm going.
Yeah, right. Cool.
Some extra
That's
excitement talking
history.
about it,
That's
yeah.
history.
You want to be
That's
there.
pretty, I mean, just seeing all the people there was crazy.
No one here is from NBC, right?
They screwed. I was so mad. So I would watch on my Roku, and I would just almost watch the live, and it happened to be the NBC.
Oh yeah, they were talking over it.
And he
heard
was
him in
talking over the
background.
whole thing.
No, so I heard him in the background, and that's when I was like, I gotta go to YouTube TV.
I was
or whatever.
so mad. I
Yeah,
watched
Lester
it.
Holt.
Yes,
David
it
Muir.
was Lester Holt.
He was here.
I was like, he did you wrong. He talked over the whole thing. You couldn't hear any of it. You couldn't see it. Oh, I was
He
so
literally
mad.
came to our jail.
And then I tried to get on my phone, and my daughter had her headphones hooked up to my phone, so the Bluetooth I couldn't hear because her headphones were. Oh, I was so furious. I was about to break the TV.
I'm the antenna, so I was just trying to like keep the signal going, you know?
Oh, I
It was like,
so.
yeah.
I was so mad,
Pretty awesome.
and I missed it. 3 minutes, and I didn't get to see it.
Ran into Dave Chappelle, Uma Thurman.
soft spot for the Lions. Unless they're in the Super Bowl, yeah, we're gonna feel like it's
Every Lions fan has a secondary team.
yeah,
Out of Survivor. Mine was the Denver Broncos.
that's tough. I'm sorry.
It is now, yeah.
I moved to Florida, 11 years ago, so I have 4 teams. I got the Dolphins, Lions, the Dolphins. I'm about 40 minutes from the Dolphins. I got Jacksonville, I got Tampa Bay. I won 1 Super Bowl when I was there.
See, my roommate in Ohio, she's a huge Bills fan, so she hates the Dolphins. So I just like, because of her, don't like them, but I know the reason I don't. Yeah.
The Lions are my team, I guess.
Yeah.
One of my buddies, that I met down there, he has a tailgate party.
Oh, so we are trending down a little bit.
Building. It is,
Really?
he wins,
wow.
he wins.
That's total overall.
So
Yeah.
we went there and watched the Lions play, and we went and watched Buffalo, and, who else? We saw a couple, we went to a few games, my friend that works at mine, and, we wanted to stay at the tailgate. I mean, they got a barbecue,
Well, they're set up, yeah.
they got a bar, they got the DJ.
Better than the game at that
It
point.
was.
All right, we're ready.
Give me 1 minute here.
Yeah.
Anybody, are we miking up or?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, are you micing up to that with it connected or can I see it?
Yep, you can connect ours here.
Back in business.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Should have been same.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna guess that's kind of gonna be like over here.
Oh, wow.
Huh? Is it on?
I wasn't getting any signal there. How about now?
Hello, 1, 2, 3.
It's
Checking the
working now.
mic. And
Turn the thing on.
Same thing.
Go ahead.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Testing the mic.
Look at my focus.
What was that?
Okay, let me get my focus.
Focus?
Okay, Sheriff, go ahead.
Oh gosh. No, thank you.
Okay, that's good.
All the lights make me.
He's, I'll leave the mic the way it is.
Season tickets the first year of Dan Campbell, and they re-upped ever since. Was it perfect? Yeah, perfect. And they've got a small children too. And, so they didn't like to have them.
You're not sure.
Kids go to every game,
I know, I saw Lauren.
But, so,
Sound?
Not on that.
I never got it.
Okay.
But,
You're not one of the favorites.
no, I'm on the wait list.
Sir, I have water in my refrigerator here. Would you like some water? It's Diet Coke.
Very nice. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's right there on the thing.
They used to say, dude, you're a captain, fix this up. Look at that. You been here week?
Mic check, mic check. Testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Mic check.
I'm pretty sure.
The truth hurts.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
it's your cup.
How'd you get my cup?
You left it somewhere.
How'd you get my cup?
I'm just
All right, you're okay.
Try now one more time.
Mic check. Testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I don't know, sorry. Play with this more, the lights not coming out now.
Thank you.
We got that problem as well.
That's all I got going so far,
See,
Dave.
you
Give
got
me
your old one
something.
cluttered up. It's cluttered. Oh, I tell you what, I'm not saying anything.
You really gotta give me something.
I'm not gonna say a word. I got blood. Look at this. Here, just send it on.
There's cold water in it. It's not flavored, but it does have.
You can really be a super guy. You can find my cupcakes on my birthday.
You want correction sets before?
I go to Gordon's and down to Detroit to get my water.
And then we'll show that picture back on there, but then Tom Blue in the picture. Yeah.
So my stuff things with those.
I just can't get that one to work out.
You should put it right here.
Yep, that's gonna do fine. You got rid of your coat. Thank you so much.
Makes the platform, so.
You gotta be hot under those lights, right?
We're live.
Well, we are a little bit. And then where are they gonna stand us, put the mic next to you?
Right here.
Get one mic check?
Check, check, mic check. We have a scheduled weekly briefing today, but before I get to the agenda, I want to bring up to what's happening now right outside Atlanta in Georgia, Appalachia High School. They are dealing with an active scene of a school shooting with fatalities reported. So for those out there that are wondering, in Genesee County, you have SROs on site. We, this sheriff's office, have 15. We are taking precautions as per usual, but we are hyper vigilant now, and these are times where everybody's conscience is shaken because of this. And so just know that that's happening. You can look at any of the media sources that you can get more information on, but we want to recognize that and what parents and family members and responders are going through as we speak. I'm going to show you a picture of a deputy. This is one of our paramedic deputies, Deputy Gorman. You're going to see that she's holding a young child whose face has been covered for security purposes. And you'll see a box of Timbits sitting at the table. This is the deputy who was just involved in the spring of this year in a fatal police shooting up in Clio. And you had people that were already shot and killed before that deputy and 3 others responded. But this was a different scene. I'm going to tell you the story at the end of this briefing because I want you to see the humanity of law enforcement. I want you to see what protecting and serving and unifying looks like. And that's why we're doing this briefing. When you talk about crime, there is a time to protect and bear the sword. There's a time to answer 911 calls and make arrests. When we do ghost operations or we answer a 911 call and there's an active scene going on, a robbery, a shooting, somebody has been victimized, a large number of vehicles, anything that involves breaking the law where other people are victims, personal or property crimes, that's a big deal, especially if it's happening to you. And so this office does a lot. We do a lot to show what servant leadership looks like and unity looks like. But I want to show you what Operation Arrowhead has done. Now, in July 1st of 2022, we started this Arrowhead project in downtown Flint. We partner with other police agencies, but it's funded through the county and the Mott Foundation. And our goal was to take specific supervisors and deputies and to solve police problems. Not defund the police, but police evolution. Let's go back and find out what really does cause somebody to break the law. If we fix that, then we aren't answering those calls as much. And when we do make arrests, we dig deep. We are proactive on simple things like running red lights and arresting people that have driver suspensions and getting them restored so they don't have to drive when they're not licensed. And that doesn't cause them to want to run and flee, which puts added risk. That's what police evolution, problem-solving policing is. If somebody keeps getting into a domestic, why are they fighting in the first place? Just don't count it as a stat. The deputies and the supervisors under now Lieutenant Hunt have done an amazing job over the last now 2 years, and we've expanded to 30% of the city of Flint, again, with other partners. But I want you to know that the stats that I'm about to show you is a significant reason why we live in a community where it's obvious and it's clear to say that there's a new vibe, not only downtown, but across the city and the county, that law enforcement has made an impact. The broad spoke, reducing crime by 17%, reducing homicides in the city by 40%, that the national standards across the country is because of people like those in Arrowhead. Just from January 1st, 2024 till now, these small crew of deputies have answered 5,173 911 calls. They've made 702 felony arrests and 1,229 misdemeanor arrests. These are warrants and active cases. They've stopped 2,628 cars, and I want you to see the second one under that, and that is 2,265 warnings. Why that is important? Because not everything needs to be solved with a traffic ticket. In fact, some of these stops are education. Some of these stops are you're driving all over the road. Are you texting? Are you drinking? And many times this interaction is one interaction that the individual has for the first time in their life with law enforcement. The traffic stop interaction is vital to people's perception of law enforcement. We've arrested 57 drunk drivers since just the beginning of the year. This is just the Arrowhead district. That is from Hurley Hospital all the way down to the south end of the city, from Door Highway all the way over to Ballinger Road. Everything that's encompassed there, this deputy, who doesn't even work, they don't even work 24/7. They work on split shifts, and we go in those high crime areas. They've recovered 68 firearms. State Police, Flint City, other agencies have also recovered firearms. This is from traffic stops. These are from people that are brandishing firearms illegally. These are individuals that are using weapons in order to assault or threaten other people. 2,662 business checks. This is going into businesses and saying, how can we serve you? How can we help you? Businesses drive people to come downtown Flint. Downtown Flint is ripe with all these great activities, and we've had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of activities right downtown Flint with very minor issues. Back to the Bricks and Crims and all sorts of festivals, because we want people to come downtown. And you'll notice that last stat, there's 18 individuals that were suicidal that our Arrowhead deputies are able to talk to and get help. Those are 18 families that are saved, and people watching right now know the pain of mental illness. And when someone decides to take their life, what kind of void that leaves. You know, when you look at what's happening on the street, again, that's just the sheriff's deputies in the Arrowhead district, not including all the other agencies. That's good police work. And those deputies do it, and they do it the right way. But the county has 28 police agencies, including the sheriff's office. And so when things happen, they come to jail. I want to point the stats out of what happens inside the jail, what the jail deputies, the correctional staff in the jail, from the captains all the way down to the brand new jail deputies, what they deal with on a regular basis. Again, stats just from this year. They've received 8,908 inmates since January 1st, 2024. And they've processed and released that same. Why is that number one off? Because as many that come in, we rotate. Why is that? Because the prosecutor's office and the defense attorneys and the judges are moving cases along. We're able to give people on tether and probation and get them moving, because a county this big has to keep the justice system rolling. There are cases that need to be pushed. They, inside the jail, have generated 2,720 incident reports. These are from people being assaulted or being threatened, or maybe somebody making a mental health statement or jumping off of a tier. They've handled 456 suicidal reports, people that have actively made decisions that they want to harm themselves. Anytime someone dies in a jail in America, it's painful, it's hard. But when you have 9 out of 10 individuals that are addicted or co-addicted, 6 out of 10 are struggling with some type of mental health crisis. That's what the jail deputies are dealing with every single day. Let me pull those stats up and show you what the last 3 are. Not only dealing with the suicide reports, but look at the contraband. 110 reports of contraband. They come in from all ways of, means. That it could come in from visitors and from all sorts of people who come in here to do a good job, but every once in a while, we have people that make bad decisions. 127 threat reports, 79 destruction of properties, and 18 suicide attempts. Just want you to see and pick up on that. And if you look at the numbers of what we booked, go back to 2019. In this entire facility, we were able to process 12,410 inmates. But look what we did in 2023, 9,205. I mean, that's a $3,000 individual reduction in how many people have come to the Genesee County Jail from 2019 to 2023. That's the other side of law enforcement, is holding people accountable. And the reason we do all this, and we do Ignite and do all these events Like Tunnel of Blue, here's another one for anybody who ran the crim. When you were running the crim, you saw this tunnel of blue. We took all the sheriff's cars and we made this last turn down the stretch something special. And people from all over, not only the state, but other states and other countries like Canada, were thanking us. Don't thank the sheriff's office, thank law enforcement. Because it's a positive interaction. It's a positive way of seeing that, yes, there are times that we need to handle business, so to speak. But there's other times that we need a servant lead, which is the reason why we do Deps at Dogs and the Christmas Spectacular and all these things. But unity is truly the answer. It truly brings people together at their lowest. And we had a Deputy Gorman that I introduced to you at the start of this briefing, who's a paramedic police officer. We responded to a crash where the mother of this young child was drunk and went off the road. And the car crashed, and in the back of that vehicle was that little one. This is the reality of what happens on a daily basis. And it's a difference between people's perception and perspective. This is the reality that people in law enforcement deal with every single day. What do you do with a young child? I just want you to see that love that's poured out. She didn't even know that she was being photographed. I want to not only edify Deputy Gorman, but the entire medic division, anybody who's in uniform, because any cop would have done that, and they should. And that's a perfect example of unity at the most raw moments. And so I show that to you to let you know that this is not a very easy profession to navigate, but it's a profession that calls people to do something that others cannot do. And that's why I'm so proud of this place. And I say that because I want to tell the story. So again, we have a lot going on a regular basis. There's a lot happening around our country, but just stay vigilant. And if you have ever been victimized, then you come forward and we will help protect you. If there's a servant leader opportunity, then you come forward and we will jump in and partner with you. And ultimately, not one person or agency can unify. It's got to come from all of us. So I'm going to turn it over. It's been a while that the media's been here, live. Any questions from MLive, Channel 5, or Mid-Michigan? I always like to give the media an opportunity. Hey, wherever you're at, be safe. If you need anything, you just call 911, and one of these protectors, these servant leaders, these unifiers will show up. Thank you, and be safe.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Thank you very much.